Hello guys, this lecture is on Information Technology Act 2000. Now this lecture is a continuation to the previous lecture on cyber laws and also based on the online class that we had today. So this particular lecture is going to be a sum up of the Information Technology Act 2000 that we discussed today. So Information Technology Act, which is also called as ITA or IT Act, was notified in India on October 17, 2000. It is a law that deals with cyber crimes and electronic commerce in India. In 1996, the United Nations Commission on International Trade adopted a model law on e-commerce. Now, the General Assembly of the United Nations recommended that other nations consider this model law before making changes in their own laws or before making their own laws on e-commerce. So India made its first draft of the e-commerce laws or the IT law in 1998. This particular law was redrafted as the Information Technology Bill in 1999 and passed in May 2000. So there are certain objectives of this particular law which can be also followed in this website that I've listed here. Now I will take you to the website and show you the objectives. Okay, so I was talking about this website which states the objectives of the IT Act. The objectives of IT Act is to grant legal recognition to all transactions done via electronic exchange. Earlier, all kinds of transactions would be paper-based. Okay, so now when it is being done electronically, some legal recognition needed to be in place. So for that legal recognition, this IT Act came into being to give legal recognition to digital signatures. Earlier, like I said, digital signatures were not there. It would be physical signatures, but now signatures are also being digitally utilized. So legal recognition should be given to these signatures. Now, to facilitate the electronic filing of documents with government agencies and other departments, facilitate the electronic storage of data, to give legal sanction and also facilitate the electronic transfer of funds between banks and financial institutions. So these were the primary objectives of IT Act. Now I would want to take you to the IT Act itself. So you can just type in Google the Information and Technology Act 2000 and you will get the entire act here, the Information Technology Act 2000. I've already opened that act. This is the entire act, which is about 36 pages here. There are about 12 chapters. 12 chapters in this act. Okay, so basically there are various chapters. The first chapters, like all other acts, talks about the title, the definitions. In this act, the second chapter is based on digital signature, third chapter on electronic governance, fourth chapter. So there are all these chapters that talks about various IT related information, electronic signature certificates, duty of subscribers, penalties, all these. But what I want to focus here is on chapter 11, which mainly deals with offenses. So I've already opened chapter 11 here, which starts from section 65. So the first under this offense chapter, the first thing that is stated here is section 65 is tampering with computer source documents. Okay, so this is an offense, tampering with computer source documents. So if you're involved in tampering of computer source documents, then there can be an imprisonment of 3 years or with fine which may even exceed to 2 lakhs or both. There are certain of other offenses that is listed here, which I would want students to please go through this particular document. Okay, the next I want to discuss is punishment for sending offensive messages through communication services. Okay, now various punishments are given for sending offensive messages. Okay, now the punishment, not various punishment, I'm sorry, the punishment for sending offensive message can be up to an imprisonment up to 3 years with even fine. The next is punishment for dishonestly receiving stolen computer resources or communication device. When you are receiving stolen computer resources also, you can land yourself in prison, which is up to a period of 3 years with fine, or it can extend to rupees 1 lakh, or even both. Then there can be punishment for identity theft. There will be punishment for identity theft, which is also again 3 years, and also a fine of 1 lakh. So you can see in this particular chapter there are various other cases, such as cyber terrorism is mentioned here. What exactly is cyber terrorism? I have already discussed, but in detail, cyber terrorism is mentioned under section 66F of the IT Act, and whoever is caught for cyber terrorism shall be punished with an imprisonment for life. Then there are other things like punishment for publishing or transmitting obscene materials in electronic form. If you're involved in that, you can be imprisoned for 5 years with fine, and also with fine of rupees 10 lakhs. So this particular chapter deals with all kinds of cyber crimes and punishments for cyber crimes. So it is important that students access this document. I will provide a link to this particular document in the next few minutes. Okay, so this is an entire PDF file. I also will provide a link of this PDF file in the comments below. I would want students to kindly go through this document, and if there is any query, you can get back to me. You can write in the comment section, or also contact me, and I could further explain in details. Thank you so much for listening. See you soon.